Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XII The Zodiac Brave Story. I'm MysteriousJG. Sarah and Stud are not here, but we are in an underground sewer. So you'd think they'd love it here, right? Anyway, it's the Overflow Cloaca. Leader of the Pseudorox. Overflow Cloaca. So let's report. See, look at how fancy her sword is now. Let's report our various Hunt Club victories. One of them will be reported to a person who's like right here.
Thank you. You said you'd get him, and you have done. Oh, hello there, Samal.
Well, I see you've recovered my things. You're lucky you found someone willing to help you. You can't hope to get by in life stealing and pilfering from others. We help each other, or the whole thing falls apart. Off with you now. Hopefully you've learned something for all this, and it won't go so well for you if we catch you stealing again.
Thank you. Thank all of you. I've learned my lesson, so I have. I know I'll probably never see you again, but if you ever see a lonely seek on a street corner, know I have to keep my dreams where they belong. You and me, it would never work out. Forget I said anything. This is for helping me out. It ain't much, but it ain't stolen either. See ya.
We got 3,800 gil, Horaki's flame, and an unpurified ether. Don't know what any of that does. You should be commended hunting a creature for the sake of a scoundrel like that Seek. I don't care how large the bounty is. It's a rare soul who has the courage to risk his own life to help another. Samal's such a great guy. Speaking of which, I think you ought to have this. It's a blackened fragment of some sort of medallion. It's given to me by a man who said I should pass it on to someone who'd shown great courage. I doubt he could object to me giving it to you. He was quite a character, I can tell you. He spent most of his life as a sky pirate. Ha! He just decided to mend his ways when the war broke out. What? All this backstory on unnamed characters we'll never see. He'd planned to start a new life in Abu Dis, his home as a boy, but his dream died with the city. He came here as a broken man and died not long ago. I was a sky pirate myself once. I'd rather not too many people knew, though. Some choice of profession, wouldn't you say? Anyway, through a course of events I won't bore you with now, I saved this man's life. Oh, jeez. Thank you for not boring us with backstory, even though you've already done that. And that's why he entrusted me with part of this medallion. He never told me what it was for or what it did, but I got the impression it was important. Now I want you to have it. It belongs to you. So this is probably connected to some side quest or other. Who knows? And Samal has vanished. Vanish without a trace. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, and vanish without a trace. Are you that Seek, the contrite thief? You are a watchful Seek. I can't let my eyes off this poor little fellow for 1 minute. Okay. There's a kindly girl. Don't have time for her, I'm afraid. I'm vaguely curious as to whether Samal is back down here. He is. People think being a sky pirate is already an adventure, but the reality is far different. Your life is always at risk. You never know peace. You are free, I suppose, but it comes at a steep price. Your fate, succeed or fail, is entirely up to you. So what does it mean to be free? That's the real question. Running to escape your troubles won't make you free. It never can. Wise words, my friend. He doesn't want that many people to know he's a sky pirate, but he just, in a public space, started making speeches about being a sky pirate. So from here, we're going to have to go visit the little Moogle, and then who's running like one of the teleport stations, I guess. We could teleport to Westgate, or we can just walk there. I don't know which one would take less time, frankly, because teleporting there involves navigating a menu. Actually, teleporting there would be faster if you couldn't do this. But we can't do that, so.
Kupo, you have the key. That means you defeated my wobbly white nemesis. Thank you so much, Kupo. You saved this poor Moogle's honor. Now to get my brother to repair it. I'll be back in 2 shakes.
That's not 2 shakes, man. You're walking pretty slow. But anyway, we got a burning bow, which I think was one of the items that's supposed to drop in the Necro Hall of Nabudis, but I couldn't never seem to get it. And then Gil. We only have one character who can use it, so there's no point in having more than one anyway.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Kupo. My brothers repaired the key, but not before a serendipitous message arrived from old Dallin. He found another key that worked, so he doesn't need this one anymore. Sorry for wasting your time, Kupo. I wouldn't feel right keeping the key now, so I want you to have it. It's the least I can do after all you've done, Kupo.
The sluice gate key. Well, that'll probably allow us to actually go down there and fight that super boss, but... Oh, well, with all this leveling up, maybe we are ready for that fight. I'm not sure. I didn't think we were supposed to be ready to handle too many of the optional espers yet. But maybe it is something we could try. I don't know. I feel like we should do a little bit more story, though. Where am I at? What am I doing? I wanted to look at the elfin bow. What if you did a burning bow instead? That would increase your attack. Doesn't have an element, though. That's surprising. I figured it would do something with fire. But the arrows, not the bows, have elements in this game, I guess. Alright, buddy, we need to teleport to,
You've been a tremendous help, Kupo. Far more than I would have ever... That is exactly as I'd expected. Moogling anyone, Kupo?
Welcome to Moogling Kupo. So we're going to go to Sand Sea first, and then I guess we'll go to... clan headquarters. See if there's any more huts to be found there. What's up, Tavern Master? You've brought it. This is serpent wine must from the Merilith. No mistake. Now I'll finally be able to deliver on that order of serpent wine. Miguel, my customer, should be most pleased. Most pleased indeed. It's Miguelo. I guess that's funny. Very good. In exchange for the serpent wine, here's your bounty. You have earned it. We got 2,200 gil, a serpent eye, and teleport stone ×3. Perhaps more importantly, we've finished these to increase our hunt levels. Or our clan standing, because the rewards you get for your clan standing include some pretty rare and powerful wappets. I think the reason I started playing Final Fantasy 13-2 is because in Red Dead Redemption 2, LPing it without having played through the game once first is kind of... It's bumming me out just a little bit. Mostly it's like... RPGs, you can grind and you can improve your skills if you're having trouble in a fight. And other than some basic RPG knowledge of how things are supposed to work, it's not usually really high intense, like fear of not being very good at the game and blah blah blah. Like in RDR2, I just got really bummed out about all that failed effort to kill 3 enemies in 10 seconds with throwing knives.
How fares the hunt, Kupo? Kupo, your reward of justice already? You've been burning the midnight oil, Kupo. Clan Centuro knows how to treat its hardworking members, Kupo. Here's a reward for your accomplishment.
2 times X potion, 2 times teleport stone.
Keep up the splendid work, Kupo. Kupo, you're a brave companion already. You've been out burning the midnight oil, Kupo.
A brave companion is a higher rank than Warden of Justice. Clan Centuro knows how to treat its members. We've got 2 high ethers and 3 teleport stones.
Kupo, you're even more powerful, Kupo.
The Earth Tyrant, we get keeping this safe. For keeping safe the routes of trades, that no merchant need walk in fear through these lands. We got a small amount of gil. All we've got left is the Gil Snapper. You defeated 16 marks and accumulated even more ranks. Okay. So I guess we'll... well, we can check in and see if there's anything new we can buy at the clan shop. Oh, and we should check in on this Vieira. Follow my sister's example and left the wood, but it has not been an easy path for me to walk. I have much to think on. Okay. I think I have to advance the story before we'll get any more out of her. And while I've been doing a lot of stuff, it hasn't been advancing the story at all. There's a Moogling station. See, all these things look like shops, but this is the only one that really is a shop. Separate up, lad. Let's see. For your rank, our goods look something like this. I'll if you see anything that takes your fancy. So now we can buy a cat ear hood. Convert all license points earned to gil. 50,000. So I read about this. I probably... This would be a good thing to be wearing while grinding. But you'd have to fight about 200 fights before it would really earn its keep. But I mean, at super high speed running around, if you're grinding for levels, you'll actually do that fairly quickly. And it works on characters who are not currently in the party. That's the strange thing about it. Like, I could do this now, and anybody who isn't in the party will actually be also earning money, but still, I don't know, it's awfully expensive. And now that I've started this Let's Play of Final Fantasy 13-2, I have to grind for that. So I've got two very grind-heavy RPGs going at once here. Already kind of second-guessing that this was maybe not a great idea. Oh, well. Let's go do the Moogling. We're going to warp our way to the south gate, and because of the magic of high-speed running, I feel like we can avoid using teleport stones. We probably just need to suck it up and use teleport stones, but... Hey, it's the dry season again. I was not expecting this. So what are these points of interest that have been identified here? Oh, sunstones. Do I care about this? Dark crystal radiates a brilliant light. Yeah, I don't really care about dark crystals anymore. But we can certainly... now we can turn in that other... hunt, Kupo. I didn't think we would get to do that right away. Listen,
Is that an aromonia leaf you have? Ah, I get from the old Tsugumu, is it? How considerate. Normally you have to head all the way down to Osmond Plain for this, but the road south hasn't been clear lately. Thank you for bringing this to me. Here's a little something for your trouble.
got 2 remedies.
How's Tsugumu been? They mostly send younger folks these days, so I haven't seen him in a while. Say hello to me if you get the chance.
Oh, that's true. Are we going to be able to... No, the road is clear. That's weird. The road didn't even exist in the dry season before, but now apparently it does. That ring. But where? Where did you find it? Oh, the ghost has been... She's the young lady that the ghost was for. Because now she's old, because the ghost is not aged. That's the very ring. The ring he gave me on our wedding day. But I was careless and I lost it. So precious a thing, yet I lost it. Sadine saw how sad I was, so he set off into the plains to find it. He knew the rains would soon come, but still he went. I waited and waited, then the rains came, then I could wait no more. He never returned. Okay, well, I'm glad to know that you could, as soon as it started raining, you immediately started cheating on the guy who went out and braved terrible danger to get back the ring that you lost. Even after all these years, I could never bring myself to leave this place. I'd given up on ever finding that ring, but I never stopped thinking about it. And here, out of the blue, you bring it to me. Thank you so much. Now you are my husband. Do we get a reward? I believe you really did meet him, I do. In a time I know we'll meet him again, too. I could ask for no more. Thank you. Okay, so no actual reward for that. A little while ago, sky split up. Whatever. We've got to find whoever gave us that quest. The tree that was blocking the path to Kerwan's finally gone. It's a good thing, too. You go to the Osmo Plain? I haven't been too far away, but the monsters sure look tough.
Hey, it's Danya. If you plan on touching one, say something so they know you're coming first. You want to be real gentle. Gets to be... You know what they're thinking. Cockatrices are quiet, blah, 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 blah.
Alright, so who am I supposed to report this hunt to? Report to Nanau in the Crystal Glade on Giza Plains. Oh, so she's not actually in the village. Yeah, okay. That would be why. I can't seem to find her. Although, hey, it was definitely worth talking to the handful of people I did talk to. Well, some of them. Yeah, whatever, guys. You're way over your head, and you should be grateful that I'm willing to just run away and ignore you. Okay, so she's not here either. So Nanau is not here, so I guess I go back to the village and check more thoroughly. Oh, wait a second. Let me see if there's a note or something. Wasn't there like a note that said that they were gone, that they'd be back when it was done raining? They were hanging out right here. This is going to be a very silly video if we spend the whole video just looking for these, looking for Nanau. There's some little boy with her, and they just weren't there when after I came back from defeating the gill snapper. They were just gone. Oh, this was... Well, I was willing to let you go, friend, but I let go of the button for 1 second. I apologize. The don't kill everything that you encounter button.
We led a whole bunch of monsters back to your village. I hope that's okay.
Are you now? You are Masua. Don't often get visitors in the heat. What is it? Can you tell me about the sunstones? Did you notice there are crystals? Blah, blah, blah. Sure, why not? I got a shade stone. There, now you have the shade stone you need. In return, you've made it. Oh, so she'll pay us for those. Well, there's Nanau anyway.
The Rain Lord, the Gill Snapper, is it dead at last? How can we ever thank you? No more standing and watching the rain for us, thanks.
Says the little kid.
Well, what? The Gill Snapper's in here? No way I'm holding that. Don't look at me. Hey, Nanau, I meant to ask you, whatever happened to that hairpin I gave you? Well, it had a really nice pattern, so I kept it. Heh. What, after all that you had it the whole time? So it's your fault that thing showed up. You're the one who bought it. You blame me for everything. Well, I never.
This is zany, I guess, and now the village elder is going to tell them off. I've heard quite enough out of you two. The Rain Lord is held faster than the urn. It shouldn't trouble us again anytime soon. Which brings us to you. You've done us a great service. You deserve to know the whole story. And now I'll tell you the rest of the story. You see, the magics of the urn had grown weak, so it became necessary to replenish its stores. The Rain Lord within has the power to quiet the beasts of the plains, and in turn the power to keep us safe. But the urn's power fades with time. When a new Rain Lord appears, we must seal it within the urn to keep our plains safe. Then that means all this didn't have anything to do with the tortoise shell I bought.
I mean, all this had nothing to do with the tortoise shell I bought, so how come you told us never to buy a tortoise shell?
I never said anything to the sword, you dumb piece of shit. I said, no matter the price it might fetch at market, you should not kill a tortoise simply to harvest its shell. This is true of all things, not merely tortoises. Whether hunting beasts or gathering herbs, take only what you need, no more.
Yes, ma'am.
Now I'll be taking thy urn back. Now, Roklo, you've served the village well, as have you, young man. Thank you. I'm going to walk very slowly away. We got 3,000 gil and Phobos Glaze times 1. Left and right. Rain Lord got sick and die. So they thought that the Rain Lord. Now they're calling out inconsistencies in the story here. Elemental is chasing me. At any rate, we don't have much time left in video, so we might as well just make a sunstone and see what we get paid for it. I have a feeling this is not probably a good use of your time after you do the first one that the plot requires of you. But why not? Penelope interrupted Faith. She gotta have pizza. So where's this other shades? Okay. So we probably have to hit all 3. Yeah, well, you know, each one's giving us 33%. That last one better give us 34. Ah, oh, bullshit. Oh, well. Guess we gotta get one more of these just because of the way they set this thing up. Yeah, I know, we got a sunstone. Can we move on? Obtain a sunstone. This is a lot less annoying than it would be if I couldn't fast forward through stuff. The idea of traveling all over the place in an area that we'd already done all the plot stuff for would be far more annoying. Alright, check this out.
Check this out. I'm Van, not Ash.
Don't get visitors. What is it? I got the sunstone.
I see you've made a sunstone. Interested in parting with it?
Sell the sunstone.
This sunstone of the highest grade. You don't see many of these.
200 gil, 2 potions, and a holy stone. I don't know how valuable holy stones are. I think they're just for crafting. So that might have been worth it, but the 200 gil is not really all that exciting, you know. All right, well let's make our way back further along here. Yeah, I remember when those guys were a huge pain in the ass. Now I just whoop up on him. This is... Yeah, I'm really, as I sit here right now, I'm totally second guessing. This is a very grinding heavy game, and so is Final Fantasy 13-2. Don't know if this was the best idea. But I'm thinking if I alternate which one I'm uploading day by day, then anybody who wants to watch both can watch both, and anybody who only wants to watch one or the other will find it easier to keep up. Because I'll be doing every other day, probably. We'll start murdering guys who hadn't threatened us at all. A lot of Earth Magicite out of that. So my guess is that Larsa, there's some plot dialogue with Larsa where he gets rid of the unexplained laser barriers that were between us and advancing in the Galmor jungle. Boy, we love murdering chocobos. I only could do that with Moogles. I'm not really aware of any Final Fantasy game that lets you kill Moogles.
I guess this one was a success.
Wow, I'm impressed, Vaughn.
I got a good feeling.
An
Why is
alliance
she
between
impressed?
Dalmasca and the Empire.
It's the end of everything.
Reason
It's a non-aggression
to hold
pact.
is
We're going
the
to
only
carve
course.
up
We
Poland.
must avoid a wasting war with the Empire at all cost.
A wasting war?
Yet I fear I could not bear the shame. Had I but the strength.
If only I had the strength to bear more shame.
A shame perhaps for me and for you. But for Dalmasca it is hope.
And you can just accept this, can you?
Punk ass bitch.
After
Yeah, I
Vane's
thought they
ruse,
were
I had
actually-
abandoned hope for honor.
I thought they were actually
Yet never did
bonding.
I forget my knightly vows.
I had to take a
If I
new
could
vow
protect
every
but
night.
one person from war's horror, then I would bear any shame. I would bear it proudly.
I'd be totally into it.
I could not defend my home. What is shame to me?
Good point.
Okay, so I feel a little bad, but
My people hate the Empire. They will not accept this.
Well,
There is hope.
you hate the Empire, but
Right?
Don't encourage
Hope for
them.
a future where we can
Not
join
that bad,
hands
am
I
as
got a
brothers.
good feeling.
Larson, please. This is serious.
I'm sorry.
is Larsa making fun of Van? Is that
Put him in his place.
what was Vaughn said? I've got a good feeling, and everyone just started dogpiling on him. I don't get it. Oh well, we actually got some plot dialogue for the first time. Oh man, I need to call it a video and a little mini session here. I was gonna go walkies before I make dinner. These guys are screwing it up.
Quiet intrigue, but Lord Vane is not one to be brought down easily.
Not even by
The
my
entire
helmet.
military waits upon his orders, from the War Council down to the rank and file.
The rank and file
None
council.
better blade than he to strike down the enemies of the Empire.
Slow it down a bit there, pal.
Your honor reminds me of Zect 2 years since.
2
He
years since.
too put his trust in Lord Vane's strength, and what became of him?
I don't know what did become of him, and who are you, and who am I?
I will not hear you malign Judge Sect.
I didn't. I
He
just
was
said
a
he's
noble
gone.
warrior. Or do you think his trust in Lord Vane ill-placed?
Yes and yes.
Vane took 2 of his own brothers' lives. He is ruthless beyond contempt.
Ruthless, you say? Would he were more so?
More contemptuous.
He gives traitors no quarter, be they of his own blood.
He particularly likes traitors
How
of his own
fitting
blood.
for one who would bear the burden of empire.
But
Okay.
could we bear him?
Hence.
Zagabath, what of you?
What do you look like?
Surely you do not believe his brothers were traitors?
I can't hear
So
you.
found His Excellency Lord Gramis. You would do well to mind your tongue, Drace. That matter is long past.
Your Honors, a summons. Lord Vane has arrived at the palace.
We come at once.
I only wish I knew what you guys looked like. We're such close friends and all. And now we will all die nameless. No, wait, that's what we tell other people. Because these guys are pretty much...
has left for Baromises.
I mean, these guys are pretty much Black Devil Bravos. I mean, you just look at them. That's clearly what they're, the Black Devil Bravos.
He hopes to enlist the aid of the Grand Cutius in stopping the insurgents.
And other made-up proper nouns.
I doubt this will be enough to deter Ondor.
Or his
but even a
lies.
slight hindrance to his operations would be welcome. This will delay the Rosarian invasion, and we will have bought much-needed time to shore up our defenses.
Just as His Excellency had hoped.
Anyway, let's
No
trade
matter
those
the
other guys.
result,
What do you say?
I'm pleased with the young lord's progress. I can already see the stunned faces of those mud-witted senators.
And the mud faces of the
fools
stun-witted
think the child
senators.
Emperor's strings easy to pull from the shadows.
They don't know I've already pulled
But
them
they will
off.
find that Lord Larsa is no puppet.
He's just a puppet, just a puppet, just a puppet.
Yes, the senators would be most pleased with a puppet for an emperor.
They're
Recall
particularly
this,
hoping
how
for
the Senate fears
Pinocchio.
and despises Lord Vane's ability. When they realize the truth, that Lord Larsa is no docile lamb to be shepherded,
They'll kill him
they will
too.
bare their teeth and devour him.
You're right. I shall speak on this matter with His Excellency at once. Gabranth, it falls to us to protect Lord Larsa.
What are you, his
Are we
mom?
agreed?
Aye.
So that's a really meaningful conversation between those two characters, whoever they actually are. It's kind of hard to say. Is he dead? His tail is flopping around. We tried passing the Gulmore Jungle, but we encountered some sort of barrier that could go no further. There must be a way through. Well, we'll take that up with Larsa next time. But, you know, as we can tell pretty clearly, we weren't supposed to go here earlier because we got past this screen without triggering a cool plot dialogue. Which means that clearly we're supposed to go through here, but after we've done enough stuff to trigger cool plot dialogues. So that's going to be it for this video, folks. When we come back, we will be going into the Gulmore Jungle. I'm the MysteriousJG. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you join me next time for more of Final Fantasy XII, The Zodiac Brave story. But really, The Zodiac Age.